Round of applause for Mr. Roger Kuhn.
I'm coming home from work. It's one of those days. It's a jungle out there, and I'm telling you, the woods are thick. They're really thick, and they're really woods. You see, I'm living up in Alaska, where presidential wannabes come from, and the woods are thick. There's no street where I live. There's a tent. And so I have to go through these woods. I've been out for about 10, 15 hours, and the brush is thick, and it's tearing at your clothes, and it's like walking through a membrane, this living thing, this forest, this organic wall. And the bugs are terrible. I mean, I'm swatting at mosquitoes, and I remember I was out on the coast, on the west coast of Alaska, and I met this one-armed fisherman. He lost his arm when a bunch of lines got caught in his arm, and it tore it off. And he's saying, yeah, you don't even know what a mosquito is around here. I'm telling you, they're so big. They're this big. So what I got to do, I got to get through these woods, and I got to meet my helicopter pilot, because he takes me back to my tent where we got this kind of tundra kind of affair going up there, you know, a bunch. Oh, there's moose, there's grizzly bears, there's you know, marmots and wolves and all sorts of the wildlife. You know, I think where people work at zoos would really feel at home up there, and I think we met one tonight. And so what's going on here is I'm working through this, and as I break through this brush, I see this paw print in the mud. Now I can put 2 of my feet in this paw print. It's a bear. And there's water running into the impression. So I'm out of there like a rocket. You know, bears can hear really well. And I look, well, the bear was going that way, and my helicopter's supposed to be that way. So it takes me about 2 more hours to go around up the river, through the woods, you know, run into a few moose. And pretty soon I get out onto this gravel bar in the middle of this river where the pilot has parked the helicopter. Now this is my ride home. It's like waiting for the bus on 9th Street, you know? And so I see this helicopter, and something's wrong. Something's really wrong. Now let me just take you back 4 hours. Pilots that fly helicopters like to polish the bubble. That's what they do. They get out there, and it's like, you know, they're polishing their bubble. And, you know, it's kind of fun, you know. There's not a whole lot to do up in the tundra, you know. So they're polishing their bubble. They're thinking, man, I can't wait to get back to Fairbanks, you know. There's bars up there and all Chilkoot Charlie's in Anchorage that has the motto, we cheat the other guy and pass the savings on to you. But I'm looking at this helicopter. And now he was flying with a mechanic because it was time for the 100-hour mechanics on this thing. And the mechanic is just pacing up and down, cussing. Goes, and I go, what happened here? And the pilot is on the radio. Now what happened is 4 hours ago, the pilot landed on this gravel bar to wait for me. And he was polishing the bubble, and mosquitoes got kind of bad, so he went inside and fell asleep. Well, he kind of landed close to the edge of the river. And the pressure of the helicopter skid kind of pushed the gravel out, and the river kind of undermined the skid, and the helicopter very slowly rolled over so it's sitting upside down in the river. The mechanic clambered out, swearing at the pilot for such stupidity, because you can't just start a helicopter like a car and fly off. So I go down there, and the pilot's on the radio saying, yeah, well, you know, come on, man, can't you get another bird up here? We got to get out of here. You know, come on, give me a bus. You see, the mechanic thinks the helicopter won't work because there's water in the engine, but I think it's because it's upside down in the river. The thing I take away from this is always have a backup bus. Now,